Hi, I'm Rebecca, the founder of PHI Inc. Is this pandemic tiring you out? Let's talk about why from a quantum perspective. It is the same reason that you're feeling those waves of emotion, fear, anxiety, confusion, and grief. These are truly unprecedented times. And we are all in it together, whether we want to be or not. All human beings are subject to impact from this global pandemic because humanity itself will be changed from its encounter with the coronavirus. Human beings collectively have encountered a new threat to life, and the conscious involvement with the spreading virus has reached the critical mass needed to create a unified experience. This has a particular impact from an energy and consciousness perspective that changes the norm within humanity. The human race is living within a unified field. We are all connected and together embody a single race in one band of energy on the planet Earth. Yet, this level of awareness often gets very little attention. For most of us, our primary perception is that we are separate individuals, and our focus is consumed with the management of our day-to-day lives. Now, both are valid levels of reality and fall within the Trinity that I so often speak of. The Trinity in terms of the individual, group, and oneness bands of energy and consciousness. Now, management of one's life falls within this individual band and extends into the group band as one chooses to engage with others in the world. The importance of the oneness right now as we confront the coronavirus is that the challenge is occurring within the oneness band of the human energy field. From here, it is migrating through different groups and individuals. This threat has rapidly spread through humanity, creating a unified shared experience. And as such, it is here that the overriding determining factors are playing out. We are all in this together is the right message from an energetic perspective, because the only way we will overcome this virus is as a unified force. Tapping into oneness is for many people an occasional experience that might look like moments of spiritual clarity, gaining a new perspective, an aha moment, having a life-changing experience, or bringing innovation and creativity into the world. It is usually an individual experience of connection with the oneness. Group experiences of this nature are much rarer and sadly often occur around tragedy. The coronavirus global pandemic is such an experience. The oneness of humanity is being affected and changed. As individuals, parts within the rapidly changing whole, we too are being changed in ways we cannot fully understand. This change is occurring within the deepest parts of our being, at the level of oneness. A shared experience on a quantum level creates quantum entanglements. Right now, the critical mass of humanity is being affected by the global pandemic, and this is creating a quantum entanglement within the whole of humanity relative to this virus. We can learn about what happens in a quantum entanglement by studying the micro world. Here, when one particle is affected, the whole entangled system is spontaneously and instantly affected. Human consciousness works in the same way. Each person is to humanity as the particle is to the entangled system, of which it is a part. Now, with the whole of humanity in a quantum entanglement relative to the virus, what happens when one person is affected by the global pandemic, the whole of humanity is spontaneously and instantly affected. The oneness band of human consciousness is like a fireworks display seen around the globe right now. As I said before, most people simply dip their toes into conscious awareness of the oneness. But right now, with the explosive light show occurring on this level, it has a way of flooding the unconscious field and percolating into people's subconscious and conscious awareness. Now, this is a new state of being for humanity. While humanity as a whole is always connected in energetic oneness, it has not, in our lifetimes, been in a unified, conscious connection around a single focus, like we are now. We have not been entangled as a whole before, and being so is changing the dynamic within humanity. Typically, an individual's conscious experience has very little impact on the whole, while bigger groups of people having shared conscious experiences will have an increased impact relative to the size of the group. Any subgroup of people of this nature will experience a spontaneous effect from others within that same group as it occurs within an entangled system. But the impact beyond this will be slow, and it will rarely ripple throughout the whole of human consciousness. Now that we are entangled in a unified field, in this shared conscious experience with the coronavirus, we are feeling that spontaneous rippling from every other person's experience with the coronavirus within humanity, not just the small subgroups that we belong to. So percolating in our consciousness is the experience of all, and humanity is feeling a lot of fear, anxiety, confusion, and grief. This accounts for the waves of emotion and surges of energy that seem to emerge from nowhere. They are being felt from the oneness of humanity and our unified field of human consciousness. Now, having a unified conscious experience is activating a shift within humanity, propelling us into an accelerated transition period. Human beings evolve over time. This natural process of change typically ebbs and flows in phases. We go through transition periods where change is accelerated. These happen intermittently throughout our lives. And the rest of the time, we are living on plateaus, where the basic structure and experience of our day-to-day life remains the same. The tools we use for transition phases, during which change is accelerated, are different from the tools we use to maintain a stable and balanced life. The high rate of change we experience during a transition equates with a high level of stress. Stress consumes a lot of energy and is exhausting when it's sustained. If you feel unusually tired, this is why. Humanity is connected in this stress as we face the uncertainty of many unknowns and losses together. Signs that it's getting to you and you might want to utilize stress management techniques are if you are feeling depressed, anxious, angry, irritable, restless, overwhelmed, unmotivated, unfocused, having trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, having racing thoughts or constant worry, problems with your memory, trouble concentrating, or you find yourself making bad decisions. Then it's time to add some stress management. Walking, mindfulness, meditation, journaling, exercise, or creative expression. Incorporate these into your days. And if this is not sufficient to mitigate the stress you're feeling, then it's time to reach out for professional help. We each need to be responsible for ourselves right now in ways that are new and different. But we don't need to do it alone. Giving into martyrdom or victim consciousness only wastes energy and keeps you isolated. My recommendation to you all is to keep yourself physically fit and mentally balanced. Embrace the change occurring, open to the opportunities that present, and find your footing within the new norm. The elevated stress is going to continue long term. So don't wait if you need a helping hand to cope with the crisis that's happening within humanity.